all these nerds that gaslit everybody into like, well, you don't need a running back. It doesn't. How's that going right about now? They can't run because they have no talent in the backfield.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, if they block up a run and it should go for 3 yards, it goes for 1. If they block up a run that should be a 20-yard run, it goes for 8. They can't get any big runs because they have nobody who can do anything in the backfield. Hunt is good for short yardage, and that's it. Pacheco is just flat not good. I got to tell you, I here's a rare player-for-player trade I'd make in a heartbeat. Washington lost Austin Eckler for the year.
They did.
I'd trade Pacheco to him for Allegretti straight up. Here you go. Want him? Great. Hey, I don't care. Play Brashard Smith. Bring up Crocky J. I don't give a damn. Like, whatever.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire's on the practice squad.
I'm sure we'll get him at a critical moment at some point this season. The GM and the front office this offseason treated the running back situation like it was fine. It's not fine. Look around the NFL. Go find me any good offense, any top-tier offense. You know what it can do? Run the football. All of them. Josh Allen in the Jets game sucked. He was 14 to 25 for like $143. He was awful throwing the ball. And you know what? It didn't matter because they ran for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. It made no damn difference because when they needed to, they just said, hey, James Cook, here you go. Here's the ball. When the Eagles, who did nothing throwing the ball the entire game, needed a drive, it was mostly Saquon Barkley's legs. That's what it was. When the Lions get in trouble, it's Sonic and Knuckles. That's what it like. Bucky Irving with the Bucks. Derrick Henry with Baltimore. You know, if you want to look at Cincinnati, Chase Brown's a good running back.
Good running back,
Kyron Williams with the Rams. James Conner and Arizona. These teams run the football. And the Chiefs can never – that's part of the reason the offensive line blows. Nobody has any respect for them. So it's like, well, we're just going to tee off. What the hell are you going to do about it? You're not going to run. You got no weapons down the field to make us sweat. Like, good luck. Beat us. And I understand some of this is they're just missing their 2 top receivers, and, like, that's going to obviously help. But that's not going to solve Juwan Taylor being awful. That is not going to solve Kingsley being a turnstile 8 plays a game. That is not going to solve Andy Reid's proclivity to just never run the football because he's looking back there and some guy who runs like he's 59 years old is about to get a carry. Like, do something. Make a change. Be innovative. Try some. Roll the pocket. Run a bootleg. Keep an extra guy in. I mean, at some point, you got to try. And that offense in this game was rancid, largely because, in my opinion, they never tried to do anything.
Right.
They just sat there and ran the same crap over and over and over. It didn't work. They're like, that's it. I don't know. I mean, my God, man, the first half of that game, Mahomes should have won the MVP of the league for the first half alone. Like the guy was out there like Earl Campbell running people over because it's the only way they can move the football.
I think you hit the nail on the head. The good football teams now, you look around the NFL, they have running games for their quarterback so they're not just solely relying on your quarterback to be your leading rusher like Patrick Mahomes was again today. For the second week in a row, Patrick Mahomes was this team's leading rusher. He had 7 carries for 66 yards. You have Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt combined for 18 carries this week. That's good. That's up from 10. Yeah. Eight more carries between the two of them.
2.5 yards a carry, but who's counting?
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, you got Kareem Hunt averaging 3.9 yards per carry. Brashard Smith got a carry in there. Shout out Brashard Smith getting his 1 carry for 2 yards. But you're right. I mean, we talked about this, I think, on Friday's show of just like running the football helps with your offensive unpredictability.
Everything.
Right? And like
helps everything.
It helps everything. And they just don't do it. They're pretty close to 50-50, and that's a lot of the reason because Patrick Mahomes pulled the balls down 7 times and made it 50-50. But like straight called run plays, if you take Mahomes 7 out of it, they had 19. Like you're looking at 19 rushes compared to 29.
It was 36 pass plays called.
There you go. Yes, that's right. Yes. Great
so
point.
It's 2-1.
Yes.
In a game that until there was 4 minutes left was a 1-score game or a tie game. And they were just, but I mean, again, part of this is they can't run. They can't.
No,
it's like, why even bother? Like, I always find myself going to the game being like, they should run the ball more. And then I watch them run the ball 4 times. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Don't ever run it again.
Right. That's the thing.
It's unbelievable how bad it is over. And also, too, what makes it crazy, they offensive linemen.
Right.
Like, they have Trey Smith. They have Creed Humphrey. They have Josh Simmons. They can't run for a foot. Like, how is this even possible? And again, it's scheme and it's talent in the backfield. Like, I sit there and watch these other teams, like the Packers, for an example. Okay. Yeah. They might be the best team in football through 2 weeks.
They look good, yeah.
The Packers, offensively speaking, in the game I was at Thursday night, had their $77 million guard, Aaron Banks, inactive. He's hurt.
Yep.
Zach Tom, who's their best tackle, right tackle, he was hurt now for the game.
Yep.
Okay. They lost Jaden Reed to start the game with a broken collarbone. Christian Watson didn't even play. Mm-hmm. They annihilated Washington in that game. Killed them. Jacobs ran for 84 yards and a touchdown. They ran for 135 yards total overall, 4.5 yards per carry. I mean, Jordan Love did whatever the hell he wanted. He completed 19 passes for 292 yards in the game. Like, right. And then you watch the Chiefs, and it is murder for that team to get 10 yards. It's like, you have Mahomes. That is like playing a video game on easy. Uh-huh. You have Patrick Mahomes. You can't generate offense with that guy.
Yeah.
It's like pulling teeth watching them. And let's just all keep it real. This has been true of them offensively for now, including this season, the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Then they won a Super Bowl doing it. And they even went to another one. And like, look, in the end, what are your results? Like, to be fair, I mean, they're winning.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that's a big part of the problem right now.
100%.
They have just been able to get away with it. So it's like, well, we don't really need to invest in a running back. Mm-hmm. We're okay with our right tackle. We don't really need to get more athletic. We're okay. We don't need to draft a receiver super high. Now, granted, Worthy was about as high as they can draft the guy, granted.
Yeah.
But, like, we don't need to – I'll even retract it. We don't need to go out and sign a mid-tier receiver. You know what I mean? Like, instead of signing, like, fucking, some guy who's never going to play it down, like bringing Juju back, who, like, God bless him, but, like, let's just be honest. Like, he's scaring anybody?
New England didn't want him.
No. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, at some point, I think they got away with a lot of that stuff. And frankly, last year when they were winning all these games in crazy ways, it was like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Because it turns out it's not all right. And I do think this team will find a way. But, to win, look, I still think they're going to win the division.
Right.
But look, if there's one silver lining for every Chiefs fan out there, you're not a Broncos fan.
Yeah. Oh,
that is the most hilariously brutal loss you'll ever see in your life. Okay. But if you're the Chiefs, you are sitting there going, hey, man, this team really should be 1-1 or 2-0 if it even played halfway decent football. And they're not. And that's obviously very concerning.
Silver lining for the offense, too, is they are going to get their two number one, or their number one and their number two wide receivers.
Right.
Like, you do get that. Matt, we need to take a break, but I do want to talk a little bit about the defense. I think that there are some things to talk about with what they did. Look, they played well, I think, against the Eagles. I don't know how sustainable their defense was today.
Well, because they blitzed 8 guys every play?
Right, correct.
Did you know that Hurts today completed one pass that went over 8 yards in the air?
I did not know that, but that doesn't surprise me. And it was Devontae Smith.
Yeah, which shouldn't even have been completed. Like, it could have easily been picked off. One pass. That's 7 yards in the air.
Spags had him in hell.
By the way, he is like the biggest reason for hope with that team. Is he will game plan them to being like a top 10 defense.
100%. Always has been, actually. The astronaut meme, the astronaut meme always has been. It really got into it.
Here, we can go on a break on this. I know you know this because you're chronically online, as I am. Have you ever seen the Chris Farley meme where it's from a skit in SNL where it's like Colombian decaffeinated crystals and he's in like a green suit?
Yes.
And he's like smiling, and then like as it unfolds, he's just like, and like if you've ever actually seen the skit, that like the whole skit is based on the idea it's like a commercial, like some Swedish commercial, and like I go, sir, are you enjoying your coffee? He's like, yes, I am. He's like, were you aware that these are not regular Colombian crystals, but decaffeinated Colombian coffee crystals? And he makes this face like going from happy to just absolutely irate. And he gets up from the table and he's like, you son of a bitch. You no good son of a. And like they've got to like subdue him and hit him over the head with a pan. But that was me when they called 4th and 1 and they ran a sweep with Kareem Hunt. It went from like a modest smile, like, hey, being
4th and 1, yeah, they're pretty cool.
Oh my God, what are they doing? And like the second they started to run that play, you're like,
no.
The only question is how many yards does he lose? There's no other question involved here. Like, how many yards is he going to lose on this play? Just really, really beautifully done. Well done.